Hey, it's Linus here. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you my Microsoft Stock Technical Analysis 2021, and I'll also be tackling the question, is Microsoft stock a buy now? If we take a look at the price chart for Microsoft back in around early June, the price of Microsoft was at this point over here. And right now, as of the filming of this video, which is on the 21st of July, the price of Microsoft has increased by around 15%. And that is a significant increase in price in just about a month or so. And with this huge increase in price of Microsoft stock, this leads us to the question, is Microsoft stock a buy right now? If you have been watching my videos for quite a while now, you know that I'm a big fan of Microsoft. In fact, I have a whole playlist over here on Microsoft stock videos and where I share my analysis of the company and some of the fundamentals that I take a look at for Microsoft stock. But beyond the fundamentals, since this is a Microsoft stock technical analysis video, I'll be sharing with you one technical reason on why I believe Microsoft stock is a better option compared to the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is an index which tracks the overall US stock market. And if we want to pick stocks over here, we have to pick stocks that outperform the S&P 500. If not, we are just better off investing in the S&P 500 itself. So now let's take a look at the S&P 500 year-to-date performance. As of this filming of this video, which is on the 21st of July, the S&P 500 is up by about 16.82% for the year. And we compare this to Microsoft stock, and we draw all the way to the current stock price of Microsoft. We see that the year-to-date performance of Microsoft is about 30%. So Microsoft year-to-date performance is around 30% versus the S&P 500, which is around 16%. Price charts tells us a lot because at the end of the day, it is the price charts which determine whether we are earning a profit or a loss on the stock or market that we are invested in. So based on the price chart, Microsoft technicals are better than the S&P 500, at least so far in this year of 2021. And that is the technical reason on why I believe Microsoft stock is stronger than the S&P 500. When I do my technical analysis, I like to take a look at the bigger picture first and then go down from there. If we take a look at the zoom out price chart for Microsoft stock, there are two things to pay attention to, and those are the channel lines for Microsoft stock. So there's the upper channel line, and then there's the lower channel line. As you can see, Microsoft stock has ran up all the way to the upper channel line, and this upper channel line has been in place all the way from November of last year. So this channel line has gone on for a couple of months, and we see that this was the first test of the channel line, this was the second test, this was the third test, and recently it made the fourth test. So an upper channel line in our price chart tends to indicate an area or zone of resistance for the stock. So as you can see over here, whenever prices reach the upper channel line, prices encountered resistance and it bounced back down. This was the case also for over here, where prices of Microsoft reached the upper channel line, it encountered resistance and then it bounced back down. And it again encountered resistance at the upper channel line, it bounced back down. And recently, Microsoft stock also encountered another resistance at this upper channel line. And if we zoom in over here, as of this filming of this video, Microsoft stock is a bit overextended. The first sign that Microsoft stock is overextended right now is the distance between prices of Microsoft stock now and the 50-day moving average, which is this green line over here. And since Microsoft stock has respected the 50-day moving average in the past couple of months, so if we zoom out again, Microsoft stock tend to revert back to the 50-day moving average. So over here, it becomes very overextended, then it reverts back to the 50-day moving average. And here it becomes overextended and it reverts back to the 50-day moving average. And over here, Microsoft is moving away from the 50-day moving average. And coupled with the fact that Microsoft stock right now is at the upper channel line, there's a higher probability that Microsoft stock will revert back to the 50-day moving average moving forward. But with that, that's not to say that Microsoft stock is going to decline all the way back to the 50-day moving average. Microsoft stock might trade sideways for a while over here to wait for the 50-day moving average to catch back up to prices and then take off from there. But seeing that prices of Microsoft is already at its upper channel line, I believe that it's more likely that Microsoft stock will decline a bit rather than trade sideways. But again, that is just my own personal opinion, and this is by no means financial advice or anything like that. With that said, which are the areas or levels of support that I'll be taking a look at for Microsoft to decline into? To do that, I'm using the Fibonacci retracement tool. So I'm going to use the Fibonacci retracement over here, and then I'll start from the start of the move all the way to the top of the move, which is at around this point over here. So the first level of support that I'll be taking a look at is this price level over here, which is at around $268, which is at the 38.2% Fibonacci level. But if prices do decline to this level, which is at the 38.2% Fibonacci level, or at the price level of around $269, I won't add any more positions in Microsoft for my investment portfolio. And this is because I have already some positions in Microsoft stock for my investment portfolio. So I'm not really very desperate to add more Microsoft just yet. And because I'm already holding some positions in Microsoft stock, I'm looking for more attractive positions to add into my positions. And those positions are at the 50% level or the 61.8% level over here. So this area over here and this area over here. There are a few reasons why I believe the 50% level and the 61.8% Fibonacci levels are more attractive positions for me to add into my existing positions in Microsoft. For the 50% Fibonacci level, firstly, this level corresponds to a support zone for Microsoft stock. You can see that the 50% Fibonacci level corresponds to this green box over here, which is the support zone for prices for Microsoft stock. The second reason is because of the 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average tends to lag and you will need some time to catch up with prices. So moving forward, I believe at the 50% Fibonacci level, this is where the 50-day moving average will meet prices over here. And as we have mentioned earlier on, Microsoft stock tend to respect the 50-day moving average. So we have two strong support at the 50% level. The first is the 50% Fibonacci level, and the second is the 50-day moving average meeting at that point. So the greater the number of support at that area and the confluence of factors at that point, the more likely that prices will find support at the area. And that is why I believe that the 50% Fibonacci level is a more attractive position for me to add more positions into Microsoft stock. For the 61.8% Fibonacci level, it also corresponds to an area of support at the green rectangular box over here. So that is the first factor providing support for prices. The second factor that provides support for prices is the lower channel line. And if we zoom out over here, you see that this lower channel line provided support for prices for Microsoft in the past couple of months. So it started from here, it provided support over here, it provided support over here, support over here, and support over here. So moving forward, if prices of Microsoft stock decline to this area over here, this area at the lower channel line is likely to provide support for Microsoft stock. So those two factors of support also provides that position at the 61.8% Fibonacci level as a more attractive position to add my positions into Microsoft stock rather than at the 38.2% Fibonacci level. So TLDR, Microsoft stock is overextended because first, the distance between prices of Microsoft stock right now and the 50-day moving average is quite far apart. And secondly, Microsoft stock is right now at the upper channel line. So all this makes Microsoft stock overextended. So moving forward, there's a higher probability that Microsoft stock will trade sideways or decline rather than continue to move up. But with that said, because right now Microsoft stock is at its upper channel line, I believe that Microsoft stock is more likely to decline rather than trade sideways. And these are the potential levels of support that I'll be taking a look at for Microsoft stock when it declines. The first is at its 38.2% Fibonacci level, which corresponds to the price level of around $268. The next one is the 50% Fibonacci level, which corresponds to a price level of around $263. And the third one is the 61.8 Fibonacci level, which is at the $259 level. As an investor in Microsoft who believes in the fundamentals of the company, I will be looking to add more positions in Microsoft if the stock price of Microsoft declines. However, because of the current existing positions I already hold in Microsoft stock, I'm looking for more attractive positions to add in Microsoft stock. And that is why I'm not going to add positions at the 38.2% level, but rather at the 50% level or the 61.8% level. That's my Microsoft stock technical analysis for 2021. Hopefully you have enjoyed and learned something from this video. If you did, smash that like button because it will really help the channel grow and allow me to produce more content such as this on Microsoft stock. And if you are new to this channel and are interested in Microsoft stock analysis, make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you'll be the first to receive notifications whenever I release a new video about Microsoft stock. I'll see you in those other videos. To your financial success.